Today, I am reviewing the Kenmore pet-friendly, lightweight bagged canister vacuum. If at any time you'd like to explore this product for yourself and grab it at a great price, be sure to check the links below the video. Many vacuums today lean toward the cordless stick style, which offers convenience, but often sacrifices raw power or consistent performance over long sessions. The Kenmore 200 series is a reminder of why corded canister units have stuck around for so long. The suction strength is consistent. You are not going to be worrying about your battery dying in the middle of a room, and the two-motor system is designed to handle the agitation of carpets while the primary motor manages the airflow. This is particularly noticeable when you switch between different floor types. The machine offers 4 height adjustments, which is a feature I cannot stress enough. It sounds simple, but having that level of control over how the vacuum head sits on your floor makes a massive difference in how much debris you are actually picking up. If the head is too low, you are essentially suctioning the vacuum to the rug, making it impossible to push. If it is too high, you lose the seal and the suction power becomes ineffective. Having those 4 stages allows you to dial in the performance, which is a big win for this model. One of the central selling points here is that it is marketed as pet-friendly. In the context of a bagged vacuum, this is actually a legitimate advantage over many bagless competitors. When you use a bagless vacuum, you are often forced to dump a dusty canister into your trash, which inevitably releases a cloud of fine particles, dander, and allergens back into the air. With this Kenmore, you are trapping everything inside a sealed bag. Coupled with a HEPA filter system, which claims to trap over 99% of debris, you are getting a much cleaner exhaust. For anyone who deals with pet dander or seasonal allergies, this is a significant improvement over dealing with the mess of emptying a cup. However, the trade-off is the ongoing cost and maintenance of bags. You have to be willing to keep a supply of them on hand. If you run out, the vacuum is effectively useless until you get replacements. It is a different kind of maintenance cycle, one that requires a bit of foresight, but for the trade-off in air quality, many people will find it worth the trouble. Let's talk about maneuverability, because the name includes the word lightweight. At just under 20 pounds, it is not what I would call a featherweight device, but for a full-size canister vacuum, it is manageable. The canister itself sits on the floor, while you move the wand and the nozzle around. This is a blessing if you are tired of pushing the weight of a heavy upright vacuum. The weight is distributed differently here. You are pulling the canister along behind you, which means you are essentially only maneuvering the weight of the floor head and the wand while you work. That makes it significantly easier to get into tight spaces, navigate under furniture, or move quickly through a room. The 24-foot retractable cord is a decent length for most standard rooms, though you'll find yourself moving to a different outlet if you have a larger open floor plan. The cord retraction mechanism itself feels fairly standard, and it is nice to have it tucked away when you are done cleaning, which helps with storage significantly. The attachment situation is something I have some mixed feelings about. You get a dusting brush, a crevice tool, and a bare floor tool, and they're designed to store right on the vacuum. The convenience of having these tools literally on the unit is hard to beat because it saves you from walking back to a closet every time you need to switch gears. The bare floor tool is a necessity for anyone with hardwood or tile, as the main power nozzle is really optimized for rugs and carpets. Using the brush roll on hardwood can sometimes scratch finishes or just scatter debris, so having a dedicated tool that acts more like a squeegee or soft head is the right way to go. The crevice tool has enough reach to get between couch cushions or along baseboards, and the dusting brush is standard issue, perfectly fine for bookshelves or light curtains. My criticism here is that while the storage is convenient, the quality of the plastic on these tools feels fairly utilitarian. They are not going to break immediately, but they are clearly meant to be functional rather than high-end. When you are actually using this vacuum on carpet, the suction power really shines. This is where that two-motor system makes its presence felt. It really does get deep into the fibers to pull out the embedded dirt and hair that a standard suction-only vacuum would miss. If you have wall-to-wall carpeting, this machine is going to be far more effective than most mid-range vacuums. However, the physical act of moving the head across thick carpeting can take a bit of effort even with the height adjustments. You have to be realistic about your expectations. It is not going to glide like an air hockey puck. You're going to feel that suction engaged with the carpet, and that is a sign that it is doing its job. On lower pile rugs or hard floors, it is much easier to manage. Transitioning between these surfaces is where you spend the most time fiddling with the height settings, but once you get a feel for your specific home layout, you will start doing it on autopilot. The reach is a combination of the hose and the wand, and you get about 9 feet of attachment reach in total. This is pretty standard for a canister vacuum of this class. It is sufficient for stairs, which is a major pain point for upright vacuum owners. Carrying the canister up a few stairs and then using the wand to reach the rest is much safer and easier than trying to balance an entire upright vacuum on a step. If you have a multi-story home, you're still going to have to haul the canister up and down, but the hose length gives you enough breathing room to clean a flight of stairs without having to constantly reposition the base unit. This is definitely one of the strongest use cases for this vacuum. I want to spend a moment on who this vacuum is actually for, because it is not a machine that fits every single living situation perfectly. If you live in a smaller apartment with mostly hard floors, this might be a bit of overkill. You are dealing with a canister that takes up floor space and a hose that can be a bit of a tether. You might be happier with a lightweight stick vacuum that you can mount on a wall. But if you have a home with a mix of carpeting, area rugs, and tile, and you have pets or anyone in the house who suffers from allergies, the Kenmore 200 series offers a level of filtration and deep cleaning power that most entry-level cordless vacuums just cannot match. The bag system is a key differentiator here. It is not trendy, and it is not fancy, but it is reliable. It keeps the dust contained, which is exactly what you want if you are sensitive to indoor allergens. I have found that the design of the canister itself is pretty straightforward. It is not overly complex, and there are not a ton of hidden latches that are going to break after a year of use. That is something I appreciate in an appliance. I would rather have something that feels a bit more basic and robust than something that is packed with electronic features that might eventually fail or become redundant. The buttons are tactile, the height adjustment is a mechanical switch, and the bag change process is intuitive. It is a very honest tool. It does not try to be a smart device, and it does not try to connect to an app. It just tries to clean your floors, and for the most part, it does that well. However, let's be real about the limitations. If you're someone who hates the idea of buying replacement bags, this is not the vacuum for you. There is no way around that requirement. If you let the bag get too full, you will notice a drop in suction, so you have to be diligent about checking it. Also, while the cord is a decent length, you are still physically tethered. If you are used to the freedom of a cordless machine, moving to a corded canister will feel like a change in workflow. You have to be aware of where the cord is, you have to manage it as you move around, and you have to plug it in and unplug it as you move between rooms. It is a trade-off for constant high-power suction, but it is a trade-off nonetheless. Another point to consider is the physical footprint. When you are not using it, you have to find a spot for the canister and the wand. Because it is a two-piece system, it does not tuck away quite as neatly as a vacuum that stands up on its own. You will need a dedicated closet space or a corner where you can store the canister and lean the wand. It is not a deal breaker, but it is something to think about if you live in a very cramped space with limited storage. Regarding the build quality, it is consistent with other products in this price range. You have a lot of plastic components, and while the engineering is sound, you should not expect luxury materials. It is designed to be lightweight, which means plastic is the primary material used for the shell and the attachments. It feels sturdy enough to survive being bumped against a door frame or dragged across the floor, but I would not want to drop it down a flight of stairs. It is meant to be used with a reasonable amount of care. The connections between the wand, the hose, and the tools are secure and do not feel like they're going to rattle loose, which is a common issue with cheaper vacuums. I found that the noise level is exactly what you would expect from a powerful two-motor system. It is not whisper quiet by any means. You are going to hear it, and it is going to make it hard to hold a conversation in the same room. That is the reality of motors that are pulling a significant amount of air. I do not think it is louder than any other comparable vacuum, but do not expect to be cleaning while someone is watching television in the same room. It is a working machine and it sounds like one. The maneuverability of the floor head is worth noting because it uses a swivel design that is reasonably responsive. You can get around table legs and chair bases fairly well, though it is not as agile as some of the high-end models that feature a ball joint or more advanced steering. Still, it is much more agile than a traditional upright vacuum that requires you to tilt the entire body to turn. The canister follows along on wheels that are large enough to handle transitioning over the edge of a rug without getting stuck. That is a small detail, but one that is incredibly annoying when a vacuum does it wrong. Nothing ruins the flow of cleaning more than having to stop and physically move the canister because the wheels caught on a rug edge. Fortunately, this model moves quite smoothly across most transitions. Something that surprised me is how much I actually liked the bare floor tool. Many vacuums try to use the main power nozzle for everything, but it is almost always too bulky for tight spots and too aggressive for delicate hardwood. Having a specific, low-profile tool for that purpose really makes a difference. You can get closer to cabinets and baseboards without worrying about the bristles of a main nozzle throwing dirt around. It is a simple tool, but it is a well-implemented one. If you are thinking about who should avoid this vacuum, it would be the person who wants something they can grab for a 30-second cleanup of a spill in the kitchen. This is a big machine. It is a setup. It is for when you are doing your actual house cleaning. If you are looking for something that lives on your counter or in a drawer for daily maintenance, look elsewhere. But if you are looking for a reliable, powerful workhorse that is going to get your carpets and rugs clean and manage pet hair effectively, this Kenmore 200 series is a serious contender. It hits that middle ground where you are getting genuine performance without paying a massive premium for a name brand that might just be selling you on aesthetics. It is worth noting that while the vacuum claims to be lightweight, that definition is relative. It is lightweight compared to some industrial or older, heavy-duty units, but it still has some bulk to it. If you have mobility issues or trouble lifting, the canister format requires a different kind of movement than an upright, so you should consider whether pulling a canister is easier for you than pushing an upright. For most people, the canister style is actually easier on the back because you are not pushing the weight, but it does require more bending to manage the wand and the cord. The performance on pet hair is really the highlight of the pet-friendly branding. The way the agitator works in the carpet nozzle does a great job of lifting hair out of the fibers. I have seen it handle various types of pet hair without getting tangled immediately, although like any vacuum, you'll eventually need to clean the brush roll. The good news is that the brush roll is accessible, so you can easily snip away any hair that gets wrapped around it. This is a common maintenance task for any pet owner, and it is made as straightforward as possible here. If you are comparing this to other options in the store, look at the motor system and the filtration. A lot of cheaper models will have a single motor that tries to do everything, and they often lose suction quickly when the filters get even slightly clogged. By having that two-motor system, you are getting dedicated power for the floor head, which keeps the cleaning performance consistent even as you work through a large home. And the HEPA filtration is not just a marketing term here. It actually makes a measurable difference in the air quality in the room while you are cleaning. You do not get that dusty, stale smell that you often associate with running a vacuum. In terms of value, you have to factor in the long-term cost of bags. If you only vacuum once a month, those bags will last a long time. If you have a busy house with kids and pets and you are vacuuming every other day, you are going to go through bags much faster. That is an ongoing expense that you need to be aware of. However, if you are tired of your current vacuum just spreading dust around or not actually pulling debris out of your carpets, the investment in a bag system that uses HEPA filtration is a very sensible one. You are essentially paying for the performance and the health benefits of cleaner air. The orange color is something you are either going to love or tolerate. It certainly makes the machine easy to find if you leave it in a room, but it is not subtle. It is a bit of a departure from the typical gray or black plastic you see on most appliances. I think it adds a little bit of personality, but I know it won't be for everyone. If you care about your vacuum matching your decor, this is definitely a statement piece. Ultimately, using the Kenmore 200 series is about choosing performance and reliability over the convenience of a cordless, bagless system. You are trading away some portability for a machine that is going to consistently do a deep clean. It is a machine that feels like it was designed by people who know that vacuuming is a chore, and they wanted to make that chore as efficient as possible. It is not going to change your life, but it is going to keep your floors clean, and that is exactly what it is supposed to do. You are getting a tool that understands the realities of hair, dust, and debris, and it gives you the power and the tools to handle them effectively. It feels like a solid, well-considered product for someone who takes their home cleaning seriously and wants a tool that is going to stick around for a while. When you weigh everything, the suction power, the HEPA filtration, the floor transitions, and the included tools, it is a balanced package. It is not trying to be everything to everyone, but for the specific audience that needs a reliable, pet-friendly, corded canister, it performs its role quite well. If you have been looking for an upgrade from a basic, low-power vacuum, or if you are tired of the mess associated with bagless canisters, this is a strong direction to head in. It is simple, it is direct, and it does what it claims to do without a lot of unnecessary complications. I have enjoyed the way it handles the variety of floor types in my home, and the reliability of having full power at the wall outlet whenever I need it is a comfort that I really appreciate. It is a solid, straightforward piece of equipment that gets the job done reliably, and that is really all you can ask for in a vacuum.